On January 14, 1985, one of the deadliest train accidents in history occurred near the small town of Awash, Ethiopia. This tragic event, known as the Awash Rail Disaster, resulted in the deaths of at least 428 people, with many more injured, marking it as a profoundly dark day in the history of rail travel. The disaster involved a passenger train that was traveling from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia's capital, to Djibouti. The train, packed with passengers, many of whom were returning from holiday festivities associated with the Ethiopian Orthodox Christmas, was navigating the route that crosses the treacherous terrain of the Ethiopian highlands. This route, known for its steep gradients and sharp curves, requires careful navigation and strict adherence to speed limits to ensure safety. On that fateful night, the train was making its way towards a railway bridge over a ravine near the town of Awash. Reports suggest that the train was significantly overloaded, carrying many more passengers than its intended capacity. This overcrowding was not uncommon in Ethiopia, where public transport often carried as many passengers as possible, especially during major festivals and holidays. As the train approached the bridge at approximately 2 a.m., it was reportedly traveling at a speed much higher than the 10 miles per hour speed limit prescribed for that section of the track. The excessive speed, combined with the weight of the overloaded train, proved to be a fatal combination. As the train attempted to navigate a sharp curve just before the bridge, it derailed. The first few carriages managed to cross the bridge, but the subsequent carriages, unable to withstand the centrifugal force of the sharp turn at high speed, veered off the tracks. Several of the train's carriages plunged into the ravine below, resulting in catastrophic damage and a high number of casualties. The remote location and the severity of the crash made rescue operations challenging. Many of the dead and injured were taken to nearby hospitals, but the lack of immediate local medical services compounded the tragedy, hampering effective response and treatment. The aftermath of the disaster prompted an investigation, which pointed to human error, specifically, the excessive speed, as the primary cause of the derailment. Questions were raised about the safety standards of the Ethiopian railway system, particularly concerning the maintenance of trains and tracks and the enforcement of safety protocols. The Awash Rail Disaster remains one of the deadliest rail accidents in African history and serves as a somber reminder of the critical importance of railway safety standards and regulations.
Excessive speed on sharp curves. The train was traveling at a speed far exceeding the recommended limit for the dangerous section of track it was navigating. The sharp curve just before the bridge required a speed limit of 10 miles per hour, but reports suggest the train was moving much faster, leading to its derailment. Severe overcrowding. The train was significantly overloaded, carrying many more passengers than its capacity allowed. This overcrowding not only contributed to the severity of the disaster but also reflects broader issues of public transport management in areas with insufficient capacity. High casualty rate. The number of casualties was extraordinarily high, with at least 428 people killed. This makes it one of the deadliest train disasters globally, emphasizing the catastrophic impact of the crash. Challenging rescue operations. The location of the crash in a remote area complicated rescue efforts. The train derailed in a ravine, which made it difficult for emergency services to access the site and provide timely aid to the victims. Time of the incident. The accident occurred around 2 a.m., which likely exacerbated the difficulties in immediate rescue and emergency response, further increasing the disaster's fatality rate.